What's happening, guys? It's Legendary Nats. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope that you guys are doing well. I apologize that I did not get a chance to continue on. I was planning on having the videos uploaded by Saturday and I just didn't get a chance to. But in the last episode, we finished off the general that was over here and kind of escaped out of jail. And we're going to just continue on forward. So, let's do this. Let's be the best ninja we could ever be. Now, I'm not going to lie. I have been playing this game. I have a separate file that I've been playing this on. And I have to say, as someone who thought he was a veteran of the series, oh boy, this game's on a different level, man. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even joking, bro. Like, this game has literally destroyed me so many times. A couple of the mini bosses just absolutely mollywopped me. Like, it was like not even a joke on how bad they destroyed me. That's how bad this can be if you just don't take your time. That's one of the things I found out about this game. You have to take your time. If you don't, you can screw yourself over really bad.
You know that secret passage at the bottom of the moat, under the bridge? We just got orders to guard it.
Security's getting tight. War will be upon us very soon.
So, I have gotten quite a bit farther than where I was prior. I have no clue what the heck this is supposed to be. He just looks like a little dwarf to me. I have no clue. Don't ask me, bros. Don't ask me. Alright. Now, let's go on forward and then we're going to kill those guys. One thing I have to say, at least the drop damage is actually not that bad. Actually, you know what? We're not going to go kill those guys because we're going to be going this way. I'm trying to remember everything I've had to do in this game. So, which sucks because I used up my healing item. Because we are about to go into a boss here in just a second. And I can talk at this point because there's not much going on. But, yeah, we are about to go up against a boss. And it is a boss you're technically supposed to lose to.
You found it. Now let us leave this place.
Yes, my lord.
To think that this is the only way, to run from the fated bloodline, is the only answer.
But, yeah, we're supposed to lose to the bosses that we're about to go up to, but you can win against them. I've seen a few people actually win against this boss, and so we'll see how well we do against them.
Where shall we go once we're away from the castle? I suppose the first thing we should do is cross the Ashina border. Or perhaps we should hide somewhere. What do you think?
Whatever you desire,
Whatever I desire? That's the wolf I know.
my lord.
Oh, nothing. I was just reminiscing. Onward, then.
Thanks, Wolf. Thanks for being the adult here. Thanks for helping. Ah! That's like asking your wife, hey, where do you want to eat? Wherever's fine. Yeah. But you know secretly, wherever is not fine. So this is the boss fight. I'll be quiet.
The divine heir. Last we stood together was your uncle's funeral.
Lord Genichiro. Thank you.
The Leave this to me.
Now, as I said, this boss is supposed to be a boss that you're supposed to die to, but you can't beat it, and it's not going to change.
Stands in our way.
I forgot that there was an additional line. But for the most part, you can beat him, but he is difficult, and as is most of this game. But one of the things I've seen people say, you know, so I'm gonna be kind of quiet, so please forgive me. Yep, he got me. He got me, bros! No, not my arm. This happened to me last time as well.
Is that all the shinobi has to offer?
Well, I don't wear all that armor.
The divine heir will be coming with me.
The divine heir will be coming. I'm gonna just mock you. You and your stupid bow. In fact, if you do actually end up beating him, that ninja that's carrying the divine heir, he actually intervenes in the fight by throwing a shuriken at you, and then you get your arm cut off. So either way, I mean, you're going to get your arm cut off. I mean, the whole point of this game when we first saw it was the fact that you could zip around like Spider-Man. Like, oh, Spider-Man! You know. Dude's got like some nasty looking legs.
So you're awake. Looks like death is not your fate, just yet.
The Shinobi Prosthetic. The artificial arm of a shinobi passed down by the sculptor. A replica of a human arm fitted with a variety of mechanisms, apparently designed with modification in mind. While it bears a number of cuts and stained thick with blood and oil, it has been impeccably maintained. So now we have our new prosthetic arm. It looks really cool in my opinion. It kind of looks like bone, and I'm assuming that's how he ended up, you know, making the arm. So let's talk to the sculptor, see what he's got to say. And if you kind of look, and I didn't notice it the first time I played through this, you know, the first time was whenever I first, you know, recorded the very first episode was the very first time I played it. But then whenever I played through it again, I noticed that this sculptor, his arm, he's only got one arm. And it makes me believe that perhaps the prosthetic arm that we have is actually his. So I don't know, but it's pretty cool. A little bit of tidbit.
Yourself? Your eyes, the eyes of a wolf who has failed in his duties. Or so it seems to me.
That is not your concern.
Spoken like a true shinobi. I must carve the Buddha. You do what you will.
here?
All I did was drag you here. Didn't even know if I was dragging a corpse. Couldn't let you get eaten by a pack of wild dogs.
How long was I asleep?
Some time has passed since I found you.
I see.
However, your master yet lives. He's being held prisoner in Ashina Castle. They will soon make use of his bloodline. Looking at you, I'm sure you appreciate the value it has.
My left arm. What did you do to me?
That is what I call the shinobi prosthetic. A fitting fang for a one-armed wolf. Useless when it comes to carving Buddha, though. You can have it.
Shinobi prosthetic.
It is no mere replacement for your lost arm. Come to me if you find any shinobi tools.
Shinobi tools. I see. For this device.
You catch on quick. If you bring me shinobi tools, I'll find a way to fit them to the shinobi prosthetic. Then you'll come to appreciate its worth. I've said too much. Go now.
What did you mean when you said they'll make use of his bloodline?
I don't know much about him, except the dragon's heritage. There's a special kind of blood by that name, and that blood runs through your master's veins.
So the divine heir.
Someone's after him. Might be that the strange things happening to your body have something to do with that. You're quite the strange one, yet other peculiar visitors have come to this temple. There's one in the clearing to the right of the gate, leading off the temple grounds. Two strangers in strange circumstances. You two might get along.
Okay, so a huge dump of information has been passed to us. Basically, our little bro got taken away, and he's not our actual brother, he's our lord, which I get that, but little bro got taken, and now we have to head on to Ashina Castle to go try and get him. And though there was a lot of, stuff shared there, there really wasn't a huge amount shared at the same time. So it wasn't as expository as you were probably used to at this point in a Souls game. But, this whole area is very unique to me. I really like the aesthetic of this. And y'all have heard me talk about this before in the last episode, but the whole aesthetic of this game is so great. I love it, man. I love it. Now, over this way, which we know what that pellet is, but over this way is a guy who can't be killed, and you can train with him. That's basically all he is. And then here is basically our bonfire. It's the Sculptor's Idol. So you can actually rest here, and it says Sculptor's Idol serve as a checkpoint and can be found throughout Ashina. Resting at a Sculptor's Idol will completely replenish vitality and restore one use of Resurrection. Additionally, quick items and spirit emblems in storage will be added to your current inventory. With some exceptions, resting will also revive defeated enemies. Now, that exceptions is of course going to be like your bosses, like it's or mini bosses. So, I guess you would say quote unquote unique enemies. Like that general that we took on earlier, he would be considered a quote unquote unique enemy. Though you'll typically find them a lot. Now, here's the part of this game which is kind of unique, and I say unique in the sense that, I'm sorry, I completely lost train of thought, that FromSoft puts up a lot of these little, tutorial boxes, which they'll do that for quite some time, and it's fine. I'm not used to that with FromSoft. I'm really not, because I'm kind of used to being vague and having to go out there. But it is introducing us to the grappling hook. The Shinobi Prosthetics grappling hook allows access to normally unreachable places and chance to take high ground. Nearby grapple points are designated with a circular symbol. When the symbol turns green, the grapple point is within reach. So this handy dandy grapple hook is super awesome. It makes you kind of feel like Spoother-Man, and the fact that you can kind of whip around all over the place. It's pretty fun to do it. I really enjoy it. Now, something that has not changed is the fact that you can look and kind of see where you have to go. This has not changed from a From Software standpoint. I mean, this is still pretty baseline, and I really like the fact that they still keep up with this. And of course this is their game, but you could basically see where we have to go. You know, starting right there, there's another statue, and then having to move on that way, and then we'll find ourselves having to go over to that area, which that's going to be leading us to probably one of the first real bosses of this game. That's what I can just assume, because it looks familiar to me in the sense of, you know, just like looking at the trailers and stuff like that. Now, one of the things about the sculptor's idle travel, or idols, is that you can, you know, teleport right off the bat. So you have fast travel right off the bat, which is pretty nice. I know some people don't like it because they're Dark Souls apologists, and they want it, you know, you have to earn this. But, you know, all in all, I like it. I like it, bruh. Alright, so... Oh, dadgummit. I forgot. One thing about this game that you guys will find out is that these enemies really can find you with little to no ease. Or little to no difficult. I can't even speak right now. I'm so out of it. I've been sick all weekend. My stomach has been killing me. That's why I'm not even at work today. My stomach was killing me, and I was like, man, I don't like, you know, not doing something, getting stuff done. So this is a new thing that FromSoft has done in this game, which is how you acquire your loot, which is items and money and experience. Enemies drop loot, such as items and money. Multiple enemies can be looted at once and from some distance away. So basically, you just gotta hold square after you kill an enemy. Because let me tell you, there have been multiple times where I was in the process of going forward and I completely forgot about... Oh, crap. I completely forgot what I was supposed to be doing, and forgot all of my daggum my monies. So you got to be careful of that. You can legitimately screw yourself over. Now we're gonna wait until this Joe Blow turns around. And we're gonna be all stealthy. Sneaky and stealthy. You like how I did that wordplay? And then ceramic shards. I still do not understand the point of ceramic shards other than just getting the attention of, you know, of different enemies. Like, I really don't. I guess I just don't understand it. So, let's see. So satisfying. So, one of the things that you have to remember, and it's something that I think Marcus or Epic Name Bro really put this into perspective when playing this game. You are needing to really think about eye lines, you know, where everyone can see you. So, you know, start from back to front, you know, top to bottom kind of thing. And I liked how he said that in, you know, in general, because that would be exactly how you would want to handle this. So that's something just to keep in mind. And the other cool thing about, you know, this particular game is that you have so many routes you can take to try and take on these different types of enemies, because really these enemies are not that hard to take on. You just have to time your stuff in this, or time your attacks, time whenever you think it's the right time to go after someone. Because if you're not quick, or you end up accidentally stepping on something, which you can step on anything, and these enemies, man, it's like you can just sneeze 10 kilometers away and they've already heard you. So, I mean, like this guy right here. It's ridiculous how well these guys can hear. But one of the things that you'll want to do, is definitely try to utilize your environment. Like, for the most part, this game does a really good job for you to try to utilize the environment, because it gives you so many different routes that you can try and take on the enemies. That's what I really like about this game, man. Like, it really does make you feel like a really awesome, badass shinobi, like going around and just, hacking people up just for the heck of it, for the thrill to see their life just escape from their bodies. But in all honesty, like it's one of those games that you just kind of have to plan it out and be kind of patient. It's not in the same sense of like methodical combat from the past games, where you can sit there and block and then attack, because if you try to do it like that, you're going to end up really disappointing yourself, because you'll die a lot, like a lot. And I've found this out very easily, how it is to be able to die just by doing stupid things. It's really, really easy to die, because you can actually get overwhelmed really easily, and it's unreal. Now we have some wolves up here. The wolves are actually not that bad, and you can absolutely deflect them, which is amazing. I found that out recently whenever I was taking some on. But they actually die in one hit, which is very nice. And there is another way, as we said, pay very close attention to your, surrounding, because if you didn't want to deal with the dogs, you could actually just come right up here, and you wouldn't have to even worry about them. So that is the cool thing about this game. There are multiple different paths. FromSoft is not, blind to doing this before. And I know I keep bringing up, well, FromSoft this, FromSoft that, but I mean, at the end of the day, this is what we're used to. We're used to having the ability to go multiple different routes. And in here, we come across our very first shinobi tool, the Shuriken Wheel, a mechanical device made by the mechanical genius Dogen. Can be fit into the shinobi prosthetic to become a working prosthetic tool. While it is palm size, a surprising number of shuriken can fit into the Shuriken Wheel, as the edges were designed for stacking. A fine example of what can be achieved when one matches mechanical finesse with a shinobi's talent. Now, this is a really cool weapon, and we have to go back to the sculptor to be able to get it, and that's all it's basically saying is, go back to the sculptor to be able to get that. But it's a really cool tool, it's very helpful, and if you can stay perfectly hidden, you're actually going to be okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys now, first off, Blaziken is not disappointing at all right here. But you want to kill those chickens. If you don't kill them, they will alert everyone around, and it will screw you over. Another thing, and I know in this one I'm not being like entertainment focused, I'm more along the lines of just trying to help y'all learn the game. I mean, the game's only been out 4 days. Oh, okay. Well, bye, Robert. Anyways, something that was also pointed out to me in while talking to a friend of mine, he was telling me, to basically look on the sides of the cliffs, because you'll find like different little hidden caves, and what I was just looking at is actually like a little hidden cave. So we're gonna go head on over here. So you're gonna want to come over this way. I think the drop down is right here. There we go. And thank goodness there's not much fall damage. This right here is Akko's sugar, and it is really, really good. You'll come across different sugars, but basically this sugar right here will basically give you an attack boost, help you destroy a boss's HP and all that fun jazz. Not just that, but it'll also take care of their posture really well. And it's really good to be able to use. I used it actually while I was playing not that long ago on my other file, and it really did melt away their health. It was beautiful how well it worked. Now, one thing we're gonna kind of see if I can. There we go. First off, you probably noticed that you can't just go off and grapple on any point. Like a lot of times there's like these little hooks quite like that you can do that with, and I like that design choice rather than feeling like you're Spider-Man or even Luffy from World Seeker, because one, it doesn't make it to where you can just go wherever you want. It makes it to where you have to really pay attention how you do things, and I really like that aesthetic. I really do. Now this right here is actually someone who we're about to take on, and it's pretty cool. This is why I say they're quote unquote unique enemies, because we're about to go up against a little mini boss, and I highly suggest if you go up against this mini boss, because most of my friends along with myself died against this guy, but once you kind of learn the mechanics of the game, you have a better chance, and it is really, really necessary, and I say really necessary, for you to first take that first stock off of him by doing, you know, this, you know, taking him out. And this is telling us about the perilous attacks. Basically, that little symbol, and you'll hear a noise cue, those are attacks that you don't want to allow to hit you. You want to jump if there's a sweep. If it's a grab, step, dodge. And if it's a thrust, you want to deflect. But I prefer to dodge out the way until you get a certain skill to where you can actually protect yourself from thrust attacks and can actually react to them. But you want to take off this first stock. Telling you about safety roll. And also be careful of the tracking in this game. It is unreal how they can track you. Oh, I don't have it. Let's see if I can equip it real quick. I thought I had my pellets. Yeah. Cause they, oh no! Oh no! That he does, oh gosh. That right there is an actual... Got him. When he starts getting that like little aura going around him, basically that's him healing his stance or his posture. So don't let him do that. And I played absolutely crap, but what we got in return was a prayer bead. A loose prayer bead offering 4 of them as at a sculptor's idol will increase maximum vitality and posture. So, and we got a gourd seed, which this is basically like Estus shard. So, and we have beaten him And I feel like I did much better that time since I've already fought them before, so I kind of had an idea what I needed to do to take them on. So that worked out very well. This little area, we will take that on in the next episode. Before we do that, though, we are going to go back to the whatchamacallit, the shrine. And I wanted to show you guys this. You can use this, and it does not take away anything from you. Back in Dark Souls and in Bloodborne, if you used anything that would warp you back, like the dark sign or anything like that, it would take away all your souls. But this game does not do that, so you don't have to worry about it. You can actually use this anytime. It's like a permanent homeward bone, so it works out. But yeah, man, that's all you really have to do whenever you fight those guys. Those guys are not that bad. Now, later on, they'll have a few different kind of moves that they can utilize against you, and you have to be very careful. Like, they'll end up including, like, a thrust attack, and you just gotta play it by ear, watch closely.
You truly returned from the dead. The power of the dragon's blood. I never thought I'd see it with my own eyes.
Who are you?
My name is Emma. I am a doctor serving a certain master.
What master?
Forgive me, but for his safety, I cannot reveal his identity. However, my master gave explicit orders to assist you in any way I can. I'm not telling you to trust me. However, I must fulfill my master's orders. The gourd of medicinal water you possess, that was originally a creation of mine. I am a doctor, and I will assist you in that capacity.
So, this is who we want to come bring the healing gourd to?
You made this gourd.
Oh.
Yes, it was intended for Lord Kuro, but it seems he entrusted it to you. I'm sure you may have noticed, but the medicinal waters in this gourd spring forth on their own. Even after being emptied, you will find it full again after a short rest.
Yes. Is there a way to improve it?
Bring me gourd seeds.
Gourd seeds?
Yes. Medicinal waters flow from gourd seeds. Adding new seeds will increase the volume of these medicinal waters. If you find any, bring them to me.
All right.
So we can actually give our gourd seeds to her, and it'll give us more healing. So instead of one, I'll have two.
Is this a gourd seed?
Yes. Bring it here. Plant the seed into the gourd. Perfect. Now the volume of medicinal waters in your gourd will increase.
Such a strange medicine.
Is it strange? I don't take any offense to that. If it's effective, then that's cause for celebration, whether it's strange or not. That's what my mentor Dogen taught me.
I see.
Please bring me any other gourd seeds you find. I should be able to further increase the volume of the medicinal water. I'd like to make a request.
What is it?
Please show me your face.
What?
This white mark, is it a birthmark?
No.
Then that must mean it appears on those who have received the dragon's heritage. Or perhaps it's a symptom.
Are you done?
Yes, that will be all. I'm sorry. That was rather rude of me. So, it's not a birthmark. Then, that must mean it appears on those who have received the dragon's heritage. Or perhaps it's a symptom. I still don't understand the particulars, but it appears as though your body is no longer confined by the rules of our world. Come and see me if you notice anything alarming.
I will.
So, basically, the white scar on our face, let's see if I can kind of get in a little bit closer. Oh. Like that white scar and the white hair, it could be considered like a blessing or a curse kind of thing. So,
I found one.
A shinobi tool?
Yes.
I said before that your prosthetic arm was a fang, but by fitting shinobi tools to your arm, you'll be able to change the form of that fang. Thick shields, break them into splinters. Swift foes, bring them down from afar. Fitting more devices means more ways to slay your enemies. If there's someone that needs killing, there's a proper way to kill them. That's all there is to it.
Seems you know this prosthetic very well.
I should calm myself. The more I speak of bloodshed, the more demonic my sculptures will become. Give it ear. I'll fit that tool for you.
so now we can present the shinobi tools to him. Never paid attention to the
Yes.
animation.
That kind-faced Buddha you see over there, don't do anything funny with it.
So now we can equip our prosthetic tools, and they're pretty cool. There are a multitude of them, but the one that we start out with is going to be the shinobi, or the shuriken one. So it's a good one to have. And if you see down at the bottom, spirit emblems are required to activate prosthetic tools and are consumed each time these abilities are used. So if you see down there at the bottom, there's like a cross shape that says a number 2. That's where you get those little spirit emblems, and that's how you're able to utilize your different ninja tools. And it's kind of like blood vials and arrows or something like that from the other games, where if you had a certain amount of them, it would get placed in the storage. So that's basically how it kind of is right there. So if that gives you an idea. So I think this is a good spot to go ahead and leave off for this video. Guys, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me. I apologize that this was more of an informative video rather than me just going around and acting stupid and silly. But I hope that I was able to kind of help you out in the beginning if you were kind of struggling in that area and how to handle different enemies. So, guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.